Hey Chicas, welcome back to another episode of It's for the Chicas. I'm Anaí.
And I'm Giselle, and this is episode 11. And as you can see, we have somebody special with us, our first guest of 2023.
Yay.
Yasmine. Hi, Yasmine.
Hi.
Let's go.
So cute.
I know. How are you?
Good. How about y'all?
Pretty good. Nervous. Are you nervous?
Kinda.
Yeah. I feel like once the camera starts rolling, then you're like, okay, like hold up.
Yeah.
Like,
Come on, let's just talk.
I feel like this is in my face. Sorry, y'all.
But okay, do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself? Is that
She
what we're
hates
doing?
introductions, remember?
Oh yeah, that's
So
right.
yeah, so I don't really do introductions. Hi, I'm Yasmine, and then they'll add my Instagram if you want to go follow me.
Yeah, we'll add her Instagram in the description down below. But Giselle.
So I thought of Yasmine. Honestly, Yasmine has supported us since day one when we started our podcast, and that was so sweet.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
You were so nice.
Yeah, you even shared it and everything.
Yes.
Yes, of course.
She was like really happy for us. But I've known Yasmine for a while, not a long time, but a while through a mutual friend. And honestly, just knowing in the past 2 years, like everything she's been through, I was like, you should really share your story. And she was like, I'm ready. And I was like, let's do it.
And here I am.
Yeah.
And so I kind of went over some things with her, but I'll just go, honestly, obviously your favorite thing about yourself is being a mother.
Yes.
So let's go into that. Like, how many, you have 3 sons?
Yes, I have 3 sons. Arian, he's going to be 11 next week. And then Alec, he's 8. And then my baby, he's a toddler, Asiel, and he's 3. And yes, just being a mom, sports life and working.
I
That's
see your
just-
boys do sports. They do both football and baseball?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, the oldest doesn't do baseball. He's my little football star. So
Oh, okay.
He just does football. But yes, being a mom is my life. I
It's
love
hectic
it.
too.
Yes.
Did you like always know you were going to be a boy mom?
No, I didn't. But with my first one, I did pray really hard to have a boy, not a girl.
Really?
And I would have dreams that they were telling me it was a girl, and I would cry so bad. And I guess God said, like, no, you prayed so hard. Now you have 3 boys.
Aw.
Yeah.
You didn't want a girl?
I did not want a girl as my first one.
What? Oh, okay. Like
So
you
I didn't
wanted
want a girl, but I obviously wanted a girl. But
But
now I'm like happy with what I have.
Yeah.
A lot of people tell me they don't see me being a girl mom.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like
Well,
you
I
give
s-
off boy mom vibes.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Is it the tomboyish?
Yeah. Well, I see you with boys, and I can imagine you with the girl.
Yeah, I can't either. I just think about it. I'm like, what would I do going to cheerleading practice?
I know.
Or like dance? Like, what is that?
What is that?
I know. Like people tell me they don't see me with a boy. They're like, I see you with all girls, and I'm like, yeah, me too. Like I don't see
No, I
myself
like-
with boys.
Yeah, I like being loud and like screaming at them and like being rough.
Yeah,
with them.
boy. That's what I was gonna say. Boys are rough. Like
Yeah,
they're
they
like
are.
a whole other level.
Yes.
Las niñas son como más like
Yeah.
calm and they like.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, I didn't think I would have had a boy because I'm so sensitive, and I'm like, ew, bugs.
Really?
I am. I
Does
really
Robbie
am.
bring your bugs?
Girl, Robbie will like hold big ass roaches and be like, "Look, mom," and I'm
Ew.
like, I'm like freaking out, like, dude, drop it. And he's like, "Why?" And I'm like, "Ew." Like,
Yeah.
I'm such a girl
See,
about that.
I'm not like huge like girly girl or anything or like scared of stuff like that. I'm like, oh, it's a bee. And like I'm not like the girl that's like, wow.
Oh,
or
I
anything.
am.
Yeah, no. But I don't know. I just don't see myself as a girl mom either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I love my boy though. They're fun.
But the good thing is that you have like all boys, so they can all like relate to each other as they're growing
Oh, yeah.
up and like have like each other and stuff.
Well, I feel like it's just the environment you
You think
teach
so?
them. I don't
Yeah.
think it's like, oh, because you're a boy or you're a girl. No, I think it's the environment you have at home with them, to be honest.
Yeah. Because my cousin and her brother, like, she's like, I mean, yeah, I tell him like a lot of stuff. She was like, but there's some stuff that I'm like, I can't tell you that, dude. You're my
Like,
brother.
I'm going to keep that from you.
Yeah. And she was like, but they have a close relationship,
Yeah.
you know? But she's like, but just some stuff, I'm like, yeah, I can't tell you that because you're my brother. But yeah, I do feel like also it does have to do with the environment.
Yeah, I think it's the environment because I know the boys, they talk a lot to like my nieces. Like, well, my middle one has my sister has a little girl, like they're only a year apart, and like they tell each other about like boyfriend and girlfriends and like talking, like, you know, they talk about school and things they like and music.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I think it just depends, like the vibe and the environment you teach your kids.
Yeah.
That's true. Going into talking about your sons, what was it like in 2020? Was it in 2020?
2020.
Yeah.
When COVID started?
Yes.
Was it when it started?
Yeah, it was actually the week after spring break, that Monday. Oh, like, you know, when the kids couldn't go back to school?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's when everything locked down.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
everything locked
It was
down.
actually that day.
So Yasmine experienced something a mother would never think to experience with their child, and he went into the hospital, or what happened?
So basically, so there's a backstory to it, and I feel like I've never actually shared the backstory either, even on social media when he was going through it.
Yeah.
So he was sick that spring break week. He had the flu, but before that, we had gotten the flu vaccines. So he got the flu and he got really, really sick and all that. But he was feeling better, honestly, that Sunday before. We had gone, not everything was locked down. We had gone to Connie's. We had gone out to eat. He was playing with his brothers outside fine.
Yeah.
And then in the middle of the night, he just like woke up saying like his head hurts, his stomach. And I was like, okay. So I just gave him Tylenol and didn't think anything of it. And we went back to sleep or whatever. And then in the morning, do I just go deep into it?
Yeah.
It's whatever you
whatever you feel
Okay.
comfortable with.
So in the morning, he woke up and he was like the way the house was set up, our back room was in the back, and Alec still slept with us. So slept with me. And I was in the living room where the TV was at, and I saw him like getting out, like so, and he was like tripping. I was like, Alec, walk right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, you didn't think
What are you doing?
Like, what are you doing? Alec,
Yeah.
walk right. And then he was like, I can't, and kind of like slurverish, like
Oh my God.
slurring his words.
Yeah.
And literally went to mom mode. I was like, raise your hand. And he couldn't raise his hand all the way. So I was like, he's either having a stroke. Like, that's me as a mother, because that's the stuff and all that. So I didn't call 911. I literally just like, Ariane, get Alex's shoes, grab the diaper bag, put the baby in the car seat, because my baby was 5 months at the time. And we just went
to the hospital.
Yeah. So we went to Texas Children. And that, like, it wasn't as bad when we got there, but it got progressed within the 24 hours.
Oh my gosh.
And we were there. We were just in the waiting room. And then within 24 hours, he was in ICU. And then within 48 hours, he was intubated. Like,
intubated.
Yeah, intubated. So, yeah, like that was literally.
Pretty intense.
It was pretty intense. So, I don't know.
What was it? Did they tell you what it was?
So it was an autoimmune encephalitis. So it's an autoimmune disease. It's literally like lupus, migraines, like the gluten-free. It's an autoimmune disease. So you can't see it coming. It's nothing that like you literally get sick of like out of nowhere. Honestly, it took them like the doctors 2 weeks to even give us
like an answer.
Something, an answer, of what it was.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, he stopped walking, he stopped like breathing, he stopped eating. Literally had to learn all that all over again.
And he was how old when this happened?
He was 5.
Oh my gosh. So it literally came out of nowhere.
It literally came out of nowhere.
Oh.
And how long were y'all there for?
We were there for 42 days in the hospital.
42 days.
And then when y'all got out of the hospital,
he still had to like do rehab.
Yeah.
So literally he was supposed to be there longer, but I was away from the baby and my oldest already a lot. And he was ready to come home too. He was ready to like see his dad and his brothers. And you could tell he was unmotivated there at the rehab center.
Yeah.
So then we did the outpatient rehab, like where we would come and do it inside the Texas Children. So we did that for 3 or 4 months. But,
oh my God.
Yes.
That gave me goosebumps when you said like that he couldn't walk and stuff. And like as a mom, I don't even like to think about it. Like, I don't make me cry, but
no, but what I was gonna say is, were they strict with y'all because it was COVID? Like,
so,
only you could be there.
When it happened, COVID had just started. They would only let 2 people in, which is me and his dad. We were there, and literally the day that he got like, thankfully his dad was able to be there, like when he was intubated and all that, and he got to leave like when he got unintubated, like he was breathing on his own. Yeah. So thankfully he got to see that, like his son breathing on his own, because I couldn't imagine like leaving your kid
and not knowing like
Yes.
they were breathing on their own.
And then after that he wasn't able to go in at all.
It was just you.
It was just me.
Y'all couldn't even like switch spots.
No,
Like
It's
only-
because that's
was
when it was really
only
bad, right?
like us, like that one person. And then I couldn't go out like a lot either. So like I didn't even see the baby or my oldest for,
Oh my gosh!
I only
for, like,
saw
the time.
them like 1 hour, like every other week.
Oh my
were there.
goodness!
Yeah.
that was hard.
Yeah. Oh my God, it was terrible.
Such a sacrifice.
Yes.
Ugh, I couldn't. I like.
Well,
I
you
blanked out.
would like we all say we
Yeah.
couldn't, you
Yeah,
know, but
you
like
couldn't.
No, we would.
you
Like
have
it's such
to,
a
like, you
sacrifice.
you get this strength in you that
Yeah,
you just
like,
you have to
yeah.
do it.
I literally like think about it even now, and I'm like, I only had like 2 crying sessions.
Oh,
Like-
like that you allowed yourself to break down.
Yes. And I'm like, dang, like I really,
Like you're strong.
like I literally pressed all those feelings in and
Yeah.
didn't let me, because I was like, I can't cry. Like his dad was breaking. He was like, I didn't want him.
You had to be the strong one.
Yeah, I had to be
Yeah.
the strong one. So.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I did, dude. I'm telling you, women are strong. I love women.
Yes,
Oh,
women
yeah.
are the
I
best.
love women. Like,
Yes.
we can be like pressed down, stress. Freaking, the world is on top of us. And,
Yes.
like we just conquer it. I mean,
Yeah.
we'll be crying through it, maybe, but
Yes,
we're
like,
conquering
breaking-
it.
Yes,
No, and
literally.
then the hospital is depressing. Like,
Oh, yeah.
just being there. Like, I mean, if it was depressing for me, like I had a C-section. I was in the hospital from Tuesday when they, what's it called? When they're gonna start your labor.
Like induce you.
Induce-
Induce me, yeah. When they
Yeah.
were gonna induce me, and I didn't have my Lynn till Friday night.
Oh my
and
God.
then I had a C-section, so I had to stay another 3 days there. And I was getting depressed in there.
Yes.
Like I was like, it was horrible. Like, and that was me as like a grown woman. Like
Yeah.
I can't imagine like for a kid, like
I don't even know how like the parents like that the
Their
kids have
kids-
cancer and like
Yeah.
things and like actually have to stay like me there as 42 days. I was just like going crazy. I think I was going more crazy because my oldest would text me and be like, "Mommy, can you come home?"
oh my god.
Or like, "When can I see you?" Or like, "How's Alec?" I think that was like the hardest thing
Yeah.
for me. And like also at the time I was breastfeeding. So I had to
Oh
like
my
literally cut
God.
the baby cold turkey. And I really never thought about it either until like I started going to therapy this past year. My therapist was like, you were going through postpartum depression too while you're going through all that. And I'm like, you know what, you're right.
yeah,
Like,
because postpartum depression doesn't have to happen right after you
Yes.
give birth. Like
No.
it can happen like
yeah.
months down the
I
line.
didn't think of any of that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
I know. Sometimes when I think about stuff that I went through, then I'm like, oh, like I think it was postpartum depression. Like I
Yes.
think that's why like I gained weight and like all this other stuff. Like after my Len turned 1 year old. So just having like knowing what that feels like, and then imagining like
Everything
everything
going
that you
through all
went through,
that.
like
yes.
yeah.
That's a lot. How do you think you managed to get by those 42 days?
I honestly remember just like learning every beep and every machine and like being the one that changed like the feeding tube. Like I wouldn't really let the nurses do much. Like when
You wanted to learn.
I wanted to do it. So I feel like I was doing something because I was a mom. So I was like, I felt like I was helping my kid versus just
sitting
being
there and watching them do it to
Yes.
him.
So like I would be the one to shower him. I would be the one to change his diaper. I wouldn't let the nurses do it
Oh my god,
because I was like, no, like that's my baby.
and then
Yeah.
having like he was already 5, so he was already not wearing diapers and stuff, and then
Yeah.
to see them kind of like
Yes.
go backwards.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
hard. It was hard.
I can only imagine, you know.
I feel like during that time I did see you post a lot, like prayers and stuff like that. Do you feel like that was the time you got closer to God?
So I feel like I was asking for prayers more than like me putting it out there,
Okay.
but not really. I feel like,
Because I do feel like you've gotten closer.
yes, I did get closer to God, but I think that was like 2021 and actually
Okay.
knowing that I needed him.
Okay.
Like I
Okay.
needed him to like get through feelings and all that because I realized how broken I was and like
Yeah.
things that I haven't healed. So I kind of did turn to God and
Yeah.
that's,
Yeah, because I was gonna bring up. I also saw like your TikTok video where you had said like 2020 broke me.
Yeah.
and
Oh yeah.
what
she
was
sent me that one.
2021?
living
Survival, and then
mode.
2022 you were healing.
Yeah.
So like, can you talk about that?
Like the healing part.
Like
or-
all three.
So
Like, you don't have to go into detail of each
so
one.
the 2020 was obviously my kids staying like
Yeah, that was really hard.
learning that you don't have control in life. Life hits you whenever. So that, and then also like going through the divorce, 2020, and then that was it. And like going back to work, like 2021 was like learning, because before then I was a stay-home mom. So in 2021 was like going back to work.
That's hard.
Yes.
How long didn't you work for?
I think like 2 or 3 years.
Oh, that's really hard.
So yeah, that's hard.
Yeah.
So you got to stay home like with your first 2 babies, basically.
No, I got to stay home more with the middle one.
Oh, okay.
With the middle one, and then the baby was, once I got divorced, I had to go back to work.
Yeah. Did you have to put the baby in daycare?
So my mom would watch him at the
okay.
time. So thankfully I didn't. And then so 2021 I would work in the office, and then I found my stay-at-home job. So now, and then I keep the baby home with me now. So.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
That's perfect.
Yes, it worked out. I'm like,
Yeah.
but now I'm trying to push him to daycare, and we're in week 2. I told him, I said, like, in the beginning of the year, I'm gonna separate mom life and work life. Yeah, we're 1 weekend, and the kid has not made it to daycare.
No, you haven't taken him?
Huh?
Like you haven't taken him?
I don't. We'll see tomorrow. We'll try it again.
I know.
It's hard.
I haven't put.
I
my
only
daughter
had
in daycare
Robbie
either.
in for like 2 days.
Huh?
I only had Robbie in for 2 days when I had him in daycare. But that's because like we had to answer phones at home, and it was hard because
Yeah.
they record them. So I was like, and Robbie wouldn't. Robbie be like, Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, I was like, shut up.
Yeah, so
Like, I wanna
thankfully,
call.
yeah, like Asiel was like what, a year. He was gonna turn 2 when I started working from home. So he kind of knows the routine. Like, mommy has to go call. Sometimes I get in the restroom and I make the phone call.
Yeah.
I lock the door, and he's like knocking. Mommy, open the door.
And you're like, dude, like, give me
Yeah.
a second.
Like, I got this. Hold on. But yes, I don't know. I feel like being a mom is my thing. So
Yeah.
That's
So,
amazing.
You said like
Yeah.
2021, you had to get back into work.
So yeah, that was like survival mode. Like pretty much what I say, like survival mode was like just trying to get through life. Like literally, like
Like you were
It was-
literally just getting on by.
you
Like kind of not getting by, but like going
Yes.
with the motion.
yeah, like I was just like, I didn't have time to think. Like literally, my kids, I would drop them off in the morning, and then like to school and all that, and then pick them up. Then we had to go to sports. It was just
Yeah.
like daily life. Like you're literally just like
You were kind
a
of
robot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. You were
Yeah.
just
What's
kind of
that-
just doing the
what's
motions
that-
of it.
Yeah, but what's that one quote when it's like, you're not living, you're just living, or what is that?
I know
Isn't there
what you're
quote
talking about.
like that?
Like
Yeah.
you're kind of like you're just waking up, but you're not living, or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like
Like you're
that.
kind of
yeah.
just going through the motions.
Yeah,
of
that's
life,
what I'm
but
saying,
you're
like,
not
you were
really,
just
like,
going.
Yeah, like I
Like a
literally
robot.
was just going, like like
Just going.
as a robot.
just going through the motions
Yeah,
of life.
and
adjusting to new stuff.
new stuff. And when I say like, I was literally adjusting to new living, like our new reality and everything. So it was a lot, and everybody always says like, "Oh my God, how did you get through it? Like you're so strong." I'm like, well, I didn't have no option. Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
Sit there and cry and be depressed and like
Yeah.
not be a mom to my kids? Because honestly,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
don't have time. Like when you're a mom,
No,
Yeah.
true.
you don't have time to sit down and like just feel your feelings. Because honestly, you have to be a mom.
You have to put them first.
Yes.
And you have
And,
3
like, you
on
think
top
about
of that.
Yes,
Yes.
girl,
It's
yes.
more- yeah, then you have 3. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and not only that, like I feel like because my oldest, like he's very like pushy, like he wants to know like everything, like what are we doing today? Okay, how is this?
Okay.
And how, like, you know, they don't stay still, and it's like,
Yeah.
boy, breathe, like,
Yeah. Cálmate.
yes. So there's that.
And
then
also,
20
I feel like kids keep you going.
Oh yes, they definitely do, and
That's
I
what
feel
I'm saying. And you got 3.
I feel like a lot that happened was if like 2021, like I kept telling myself, if my 5-year-old got through those 42 days and he's living 100%,
Yeah.
like 100%, like why can me as a girl woman not get through what
you were
life is
going
throwing
through,
at me?
Yeah.
Like, you know, so I feel like that's something I hold to my, like literally to my soul, like core all the time. Like,
Yeah.
if
Yeah.
I need a reminder and if I have a weekday, like I turn back to those videos and those pictures.
Oh my God.
Okay,
Yeah.
he could do it.
Yeah.
I could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
Yeah.
And then like, so then that was like 2021. And you said 2022, you went into like healing era.
Yes. So that one was, I realized how broken and messed up I was.
It's okay, girl. We all are. We all are.
Giselle will text me. She's like, I know I need therapy.
I do. I told you. I'm
Yeah.
like, I really want to try therapy. Like,
Yeah.
I know I need God. I know that's my main one. Like, my relationship with God is very important to me, and not like my mental health, like my spirit. It just feels off. But I want to try therapy to talk to somebody. Like,
I feel like everybody needs therapy. Like,
Yeah.
even
I
if
was
you
gonna
think
say
you have
that.
the
everybody.
the perfect life, like if you don't go to therapy, you really don't sit there and, because I feel like I was going through the motions like in 2021, and I was just like, oh, I'm living, blah blah blah. That yes, I was happy.
But,
I
like,
was learning to be happy, like, you know, alone and everything. But like learning about myself, interior, like my itself, and like loving myself, and like self care, and like separate being a mom, because everybody's like, well, you love being a mom. Yes, I do love being a mom, but I also need to find myself and love myself and all that.
Of course.
So I feel like I had to go into therapy, and I started therapy, and also like I read a lot. So I'm a reader.
Yes.
So in 2021, I would like just read self-help books, and I'm like, well, it doesn't work if you're not feeling all your feelings.
Yeah.
So I feel like in 2022, I made it a thing about like, kind of like stop trying to do everything as a mom myself, and actually get help and accept help from their father and like everybody else in the family, and kind of like push my kids out to them. I'm like, they're your kids too.
Do you feel like you were feeling like mom guilt by like letting them do that? Or like by not being able to be with them?
I feel like, so one thing I learned in therapy was like, I was overdoing mom life because I had mom guilt from childhood trauma. Like if I feel like I wasn't ever doing enough, but I was doing the most, but I never felt like it was enough for them.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like that's something in 2022. I was like, no, like you do the most, you love them the most, you're always there. It's time for you to take a step back and love yourself, because you really, and this is one thing, like if you keep pouring on an empty cup, like at one time it's gonna come and slap you in the face and be like, all right, I'm exhausted. I'm done.
I really told you this.
Yeah.
Like, I just, yes. Hold on. We're going to go on a quick break, and then we'll be right back, guys. We're back from a break, and so we were talking about your
the
mom
self-healing era. I wanted to say, I know how you mentioned you love books, and that's something we talked about outside of this. Dude, when I read, what is Sarah's book?
Empower Women.
Yes.
Girl,
that book made me cry.
You don't?
No, I don't read either, but that book made me cry. Like, it makes you deep down, like, literally mentally, emotionally rationalize and think about, like, your childhood and your trauma. And it makes you like close your eyes and think about everything that hurt you in the past. And I was like crying like a baby. Like, oh my gosh.
Yes.
I can see you like really
that book
going
is
into
really
it.
good. Like, I don't read, but
And like
that's one of my goals for this year though.
From it.
Yeah, that's like one of my goals for this year though, is like to read more like
it's a good, but it's like
books.
what am I saying? It's a book you read, but you also like
journal on it. Like you have to do therapy. And I feel like those are like my favorite. Those are like, so did you see that it has like a 6-week like journal thing now? Okay, I want to do it. That's like
I saw that. I want to buy it too.
If you want to start reading, I recommend the 4 Agreements.
The 4 Agreements?
Yeah.
Okay. I heard about that, but
yes, it's really good.
That's like your top one that you would suggest.
Like my top one if you're going into like changing your ways and like like just changing your ways in life, like with everything in general. With everything, like self-image, like being very judgy and all that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one I even go back to like all the time as audiobook, because I'm crazy. I listen to audiobooks all day.
No, I like it's like listening to podcasts all day. Yeah.
So that's when I listen to like almost every other month, because it's like a reminder, like you have to be different. Like you have to kind of, I feel like that's kind of like how last episode when I was like, I was sitting down like doing nothing on the first Monday, and then I was like in my head, and then like I remembered like her husband's show, like he did like a little thing, and I was like, like I have to get up, like I have to be stronger than my mind, and like I want things to change this year, like it has to start with me, like I have to beat like last year's me. Yes.
Like I have to be
mind
like,
over matter, girl.
Yeah, yes, literally mind over matter. Like even yesterday, like I got the podcast room ready because it didn't look like this. Like we had a lot going on in here. I had Christmas stuff still in the corner. That mirror was still white.
Yes.
Like the little sign I did, and like I was texting Giselle and she was working, and I was like, okay, like the mirror should be up. She was like, dude, you're on a roll. And I was like, I'm trying to beat last year's me, dude. Like I have to. And I was like, literally not even gonna do it. Like I was like, no, whatever. And I was like, no, like do it.
Yeah.
Like it's you holding you back.
Yes, it's literally you versus you all the time.
Yes.
And I feel like that's what I learned in 2022. And I feel like a lot of people, like I guess 2023, people are like, oh, like I'm gonna do this. And I'm like, last year I could have said like, literally I had a great year and I literally felt like 100% myself. And it's because like I did different things and I explored more life versus just living life always like daily and not appreciating the little things. So when you go back to like God thing, I feel like my relationship grew with God this past year more because I don't go to him anymore just because I need him or because I'm having a bad day. I go to him even like
just to be thankful
and grateful and like waking up and like praying over every little thing. Like if it's like a tough conversation I'm going to have with somebody, I'm like, God, please help me through this conversation. And little things like that, I feel like that's where my relationship with God grew.
Yeah, just like those daily conversations builds your relationship with him. And that's,
And like journaling and like, I'm not like big like Bible, like I don't read like a lot the Bible either. That's one of my things I want to this year for sure. But it was like praying and like thank you and like
my mom
appreciating and being grateful all the time.
That's what my mom always tells us. She's like, every day you have to thank God, like even for the air that you're breathing. Like even be thankful for that. She's like, the air that you're breathing and the food that's on your table. So like in the mornings, like I had it as a routine, which is something that I'm working on this year, is like when I'm on my way to work, like I'm like, thank you for my vehicle, like thank you for like the air, thank you for waking me up again, and like thank you for our health. And I'm just like just be thankful for like what you have. And that's something like I started last year. And also I realized like your kids are watching you. So, all the time, girl. Like,
I know.
My Len yesterday, dude, she was like, don't let you breathe. Welcome to It's for the Chicas. And I was like, this girl.
No, Robbie now, and he's upset. I'm done with you, Mom. I'm done. And I'm like, I say that. I say, okay, I'm done. It's time to get off the game. I'm not going to argue with you. I'm done with this. And he says that now. He's like, I'm done with you, Mom. I'm done. I'm mad.
Oh my gosh.
Like, when I'm like, oh, I hate this. Or like, I hate doing something like, you know, the little one now is like, oh, I hate this. I'm like, and I was like, oh, like, why do you sound like that?
It's me. I'm the problem.
Literally. It's me. But no, I feel like that. But a lot, like, I feel like my oldest, when it comes like, he's stepping into the area that I feel like I needed my parents the most growing up.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know,
like age-wise and stuff?
Like preteens.
Yeah.
So it's like triggering me. Like little triggers as childhood and things like that. And because he has my personality like to the T.
Oh my
God.
I'm like,
oh God, like help me. But so when we started going to church, he loved it.
Okay.
He loved it. Like he was going to the youth program, like takes notes, everything of what they're teaching and everything. And it's like, he was like, Mom, I did like how you did it.
Oh my God.
Things like that. So I was like, okay, he's watching me.
And you want them to get like those good habits.
Yes. Yeah. So I was like, okay, so I need to do this. So we started doing like the Bible, like I got him a Bible and all that. So it's like little things like I've realized. So I was like, maybe my life would have been different if other generation curses were broken before.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Literally. Me and my sisters
curses, right?
and my cousins were just talking about that on the day of Reyes de los Magos that we did the rosca here. And my parents had left and I was telling them, I was like, dude, like I tell the twins, because I have little sisters that are gonna be 15 this year.
Oh, wow.
And like I talk to them about things that my mom didn't talk to me at their age. And I'm like, and I feel like, because Angelita, like, she didn't have a good relationship with my mom until now that she's going to be 23, I think, this year. She's like, yeah, I feel like my relationship with mom has gotten better. I was like, it's because it gets better as you get older. Because that's what happened to, like, me and mom, and, like, my older sister and my mom. I was like, because mom decided to, like, have conversations that I needed when I was 15. I was like, she had these conversations with me when I was already 21. Yeah. And I was like, Mom, like, I needed this, like...
Years ago.
Like years ago. So that's why I make sure like I tell the twins, I'm like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like this and this and this happened, and like I explain it to them, and I'm like, and I tell you this, I was like, because mom told me this too late. I was like, and I don't hold it against her. I was like
yeah,
she's Mexican, you know, like they don't talk about things that like they think that they should be talking to us about. I was like,
they were loved differently.
Yes, until like a later time.
They were.
You
say you don't hold it against your mom. I think a part of me did. I held a lot against my mom. I just realized that I think like 2 years ago, finally, because I was at a Bible study and they were talking about forgiveness. And I've always heard this like sermon all the time about forgiveness. Like if you don't forgive them, like you're not forgiving, like you're holding on to anger and that's only holding you back.
Yeah.
And that if you can't forgive somebody, God can't forgive you. And that was like a big one that resonated with me. But then they went deeper into like the forgiveness and like the parts of it. And like the first person that God popped in my head was my mom. Like I need to forgive her for everything I'm holding against her, because half of it, like she went through a crappy childhood, and then my grandma.
It's not their fault.
Yeah, my grandma did not love her at all. Like my grandma did not show her love. She loved her, but she didn't show her love at all.
Yeah.
And my mom had me when she was 15.
It's crazy how she didn't show her love, but she showed you love.
Oh my God.
Yes, like that is crazy.
That is
like,
crazy.
Why are parents like why?
My mom even said, I think she's told me one time, she said, I think my grandma was trying to
make up for
like letting me down, but with you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I was like,
my parents with Mylan and with all their granddaughters and their one nephew that they have, they're so like they do anything and everything for them, and I'm like, dude, like you didn't do that for us.
Yeah, and I think it's crazy, but I think it's good or whatever, because
I want her to have a good relationship with her grandparents.
Yeah.
But I like when you say like hold it against them, I feel like some parents become the victim when you have that conversation with them.
Oh my gosh, let's not even go into that conversation. Mom, get off.
And I'm like, yeah, I can't have that conversation with you, so I keep my distance.
Oh, okay.
My mom will easily like throw like, well, my mom never hugged us. I'm like, so? Yeah. Like, you're supposed to be breaking generational curses. Like, it feels weird hugging my mom. I don't hug my mom.
Like, it's crazy because to me, it's like at my house, like growing up, it was never like, I love you. Like,
no. It wasn't.
But at my house, like with my kids,
yeah,
man, like they don't even breathe. They're, Mom, I love you. I want to be next to you. And I'm like,
yeah,
bro, like why? Like,
and they tell you they love you,
and I'm like, let me breathe. Like you love me a little bit too much sometimes.
No, yeah, it's definitely. I do agree. The breaking those generational curses is really big.
See, I feel like when we've told my mom like things that like we wish would have been different, like she always does apologize.
That's
like
good.
she never
good.
Like she never like. It's like, oh, well, it's because of this. And she's like, no, like, I take full responsibility for it.
That's
and that's amazing.
That's
like,
really good because it allows y'all to heal, too.
Yeah.
Yes. And I feel like I had to, like, go, when I was in my healing stage, like, I literally texted my siblings. I was like, it's not that I don't want to be around y'all, but right now, when I had just first started therapy, it was hard for me to be around them. So they would try to get together, and I was like, I can't be around y'all because I'm emotional. And like, remember I texted you, like when I'm emotional and my energy is not there, I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to force myself to be there. I'm not going to force you to feel my energy because you can feel it in the room. And I feel like a lot of people don't understand that either. Like, like about their energies. Like if you don't feel good,
like
stay
that
home.
energy. Yeah.
Why are you bringing that energy to somebody else? I feel like, that's
and I feel like that should be more okay with like more people, like be able to understand that like somebody's not up for this or they want to be like in their own like life, go through that first on their own, and I feel like it should be more acceptable.
Yes, and I feel like it's not.
It's not.
Everybody takes it so offensively, and I think like it's ridiculous. Yeah, don't get offended.
No, but I feel like it has to do a lot with
like they make it about them.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's like it's not about you, dude.
Yeah.
But so we were basically talking about 2022, right? Healing era. I guess
I live my best life.
But honestly, like I would see you out like at the Astros game and like at the World Series, and I was like, oh my God, that looks so much fun. Like,
you were living.
I should have been out there.
I should have been outside.
Yeah, literally. Yeah. No, but that's one of my goals for this year too. Like it's kind of like getting out of my comfort zone because I love being home.
Yes.
Like
she does.
I love being home.
I love being home too, girl.
No, like
no, girl.
No, dude. Like Like,
be
just so
let's go out
sometimes
to
like
eat or something, and she's like,
like sometimes
let's
just
go.
so will be like we'll finish recording and I'm kind of just like there talking and she's like, I feel like you're kicking me out because you just want to be here by yourself. And I'm like, it's something that I do. And I'm like, why do I do that? Like I do like being around my friends and stuff, but I do need to work on it. So like yesterday, I was almost like, you know what, like let's just order pizza and not even go out to dinner. And then I was like, no, like
we're going out.
We're going out. Like we're gonna go out. And so we still went out. And I was like, I'm so proud of myself. Like we're going out and like
it's a joke
doing that.
It's a joke like with my friends because I always leave. Like when we all get like, so I have my two best friends. I have two best friends and we have a lot of kids together.
Okay, yeah.
Like we each have 3, you know, it's,
Okay,
it's a lot.
It's a lot.
And it's boys.
All of them?
Mainly, and just like 2 little girls.
Oh.
So it's a lot. So it's a lot for me. Like I work from home. I'm not around people a lot. So when we all get together, they're like, it's funny because you always leave first. You're always the first one to leave. And I'm like, yes, I know. So when we had our Christmas party at my house, they made sure they stayed late, even when I was like tired and annoyed and frustrated with the kids because they kept fighting or like something. They're like, well, thankfully it wasn't at my house and we got to stay late and enjoy ourselves, and you had to stay here. So when they were leaving, they were like, I was like, bye.
You were like, I get my house back.
Literally. Yeah. Okay, so we had one for our kids too, and he was like, I don't think I'm gonna go anymore. And I was like, I was like, at least give me the gift, because we did Secret Santa during the kids.
For the Secret Santa. Yeah, I didn't want to go anymore.
She was like, I don't want to go. And I was like, well, at least give me the gift of whoever you had, like Secret Santa. Like,
that's really the only reason why I went. Like, because I was like, no, like, I want my land to like
have more
experience it and like not just be encerrada at the house. And so I still was like the first one to leave.
Yeah,
I was the first one.
I'm always the first one to leave.
But it was you and somebody else, I remember.
Me and the girl with the baby.
Oh, Alexis.
Yeah.
Y'all both left at the same time.
But I think
and then
she
Natalie
left because she was parked
after.
behind me.
No, she was packing up already.
Oh,
she had said bye to everybody too.
Yeah. She was out.
Because she had to drop off her siblings.
Oh,
and then still go home. She lives all the way in LaPorte too.
Yeah.
So it was a far drive for her.
Yeah, but I was like, I told you, so I was like, okay, I'm gonna go, but I'm gonna go for like a little bit. Like
you were there for a while. I was proud
yeah.
of you.
Yeah,
I was proud of her.
Yeah, and it's just like, it's not that like I get along with people. Like I talk a lot and everything, but it's just like I like being home. Like I love being at my house. That. Like I don't know why. Like I love doing it. Like even like when my friends invite me out, like when Edie comes, like she's like, should we go to your house? Like just to something in your house, or should we go like to the mall or something? And I'm like, like I let her pick, because I'm like, if you let me pick, dude, like I'll stay in my pajamas. Gonna be home. Yeah, and we're just gonna stay home. That's just how I am. I don't know why.
I mean, but I like doing things. Like I like going out and stuff like that.
Yeah, I feel like now that I work from home though, I don't like being home all the time because I'm home all the time.
Yeah,
but then like I feel like it makes me more comfortable.
What do you mean?
Like I like being home.
I like being home, but I don't know.
It's weird.
I guess because I am home all the time. Like it just sometimes I'll realize like, oh my God, I'm barely leaving home and it's 8 p.m. Like I haven't been outside all day.
Okay, yeah.
So see, I think mine, because even though like I work from home, I still have like a busy schedule.
Yeah, like after school and everything.
After work and all that, because the kids and everything. It's like my kids have sports 5 days a week.
Well, Robbie's starting T-ball this year, so hopefully.
Oh, that's exciting.
So maybe I'll get there. But like now, I really don't have anything to do after work. Either I'm going to church, but that's only once a week, or if I'm going to the gym.
Yeah, and when she comes here for the podcast.
Yeah, either way, I'm not leaving the house
to do anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like I just get. That's why I get like anxious at home now. And then I also feel like because I'm home, I feel like Rob kind of, not that he expects it, but I think he thinks it's like easy that I'm home, and it's like, no, dude, like it's working full time, and then expect it to be like, yes, the house to be clean, to also cook, to pick up Robbie from school. Once Robbie's from school, like at 3, I still have 2 more hours of working. Yeah, and I'm still full time mother. Like it's a lot. And working from home, like
it is, and I that's my goal. That's why I'm like, I need to separate work life and my life, and like my own life too.
Split them.
Yes, because working from home, do you think that gets you in your mind, like in your head all the time?
Yeah, all the time.
All the time.
All the time.
I feel like that's why I started healing too, because
I doze off and
I realized like how broken I was. I was like,
because you started thinking about
like everything.
Yeah,
like you are the problem.
Like
Do you
you're like
feel
you're
like
mine.
do you feel like it took you a while to heal from the divorce, or did that not happen till like you went to therapy?
Oh, I feel like the divorce was easy.
Easy.
Because you feel like
But
by the time you
But
got
there
divorced,
was some healing you had to do.
I did, but yes, definitely. Like,
yeah, for sure. Because it was
heal-
a long time, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I feel like it had to do like more like habits, breaking habits, and
Oh, okay, yeah.
like
now you're living on your own.
Yes.
You have to go back to work.
and like when you're dating, you bring some habits that you had back then
from previous.
okay.
from previous relationships into the
Yeah.
new ones that I realized I had to break. So that one, but so the divorce, I feel like it didn't really affect me.
Do you feel like you were kind of ready for it?
Yes. But it really didn't affect me because I feel like what Alec went through.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
Like you were like, if
Your mind was too much on that. To
yes,
think about
more
it.
like, yeah, my mind was more like my kids.
yeah.
So, but then I feel like I already knew it was going to happen.
Oh, okay.
Like, especially after Alex thing and everything, I went MIA on social media right before my divorce.
You felt it coming?
Yeah. So I felt like I deleted
Isn't
my Facebook.
it crazy, like women's intuitions?
Girl, yes.
Like we know before.
Yes.
Before anything.
I deleted my Facebook. I had like gotten rid of Instagram. I was still posting on Snapchat here and there. And then that was it.
And then it happened.
And then it happened like a month or two later.
Dang.
Wait, so what happened? Like, cause if you feel comfortable talking about it.
I mean, pretty much we just separated. We went our part
Oh,
ways.
like the divorce
Yeah.
happened.
yeah. The
Okay.
divorce. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry, I didn't mean
you
to
were
touch
lost.
you. Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Like
She was
So
lost.
then it happened like the
I think
divorce
that
happened.
she was lost when you were like, so I went off of social media and then it happened. That's why she was like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, I was like,
Divorce.
wait, like
yeah.
But I mean, it's life. I feel like it's life. We're all happy. We're all good. We co-parent good.
That's
good.
really
That's
good.
like the
how
best
you-
part about it.
Yes.
How you were telling us that y'all co-parent really good. I was like, that's awesome because I
mean-
know a lot of my friends.
I mean, we have to. I mean, I feel like it was challenging, and I feel like in 2021, it was still challenging, and then 2022, I think it was challenging, and then the last couple months of last year, I realized how much little agreements, like disagreements, we were having, and it was a lot because I wanted not control, like how he would father, but I was healing myself, so I was trying to parent a different way my kids.
as opposed to how he was parenting.
Yes, so like we parent differently.
Yeah.
So I feel like, quality over quantity.
Yeah.
It's a big thing, like in my way of parenting. But then I had to learn. Some people don't like. I had to learn that my opinion.
Opinion.
My opinion.
Yeah.
And I had to learn that I don't have control anymore on how he does things or anything. So when it's his time with the kids, it's his time with the kids.
You just let it go.
Yeah.
Now.
Let it go now. And like, I had to also learn a lot was like, I used to say like, well, there's two people in your home now. Like, but then I had to learn like, they're two separate people
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Like, it was like little things. So I feel like now accepting that and everything, I feel like we're all on the same page.
Like being able to accept things that you can't change.
Yes.
Okay.
Like, and I feel like a lot of people don't. I feel like
Yeah,
that's
no,
why a
that's
lot of
really
people
hard.
can't co-parent.
I feel like it is really. That's what I was saying. Like, I feel like that part is hard for women, moms, because, like, that's your baby, and I understand it's the guy's baby too. But like, I don't know, like
Just
the
as,
mom
like,
is
but
like
the mom
that's
is different.
my
Like-
baby.
But see,
like,
one
it's
thing
just so weird.
that I've always liked about their dad is when my kids are with them,
Like he's with them.
he's not only with them, but he does know how to love his kids. Like he
Yeah.
shows affection
Oh, okay.
to them.
Okay.
So I know that my kids are in great hands. Like,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
some things like other things like, the quality time and stuff like that. I guess like more like practices and stuff like that's a big deal for me.
Yeah.
But it might not be a big deal for him, but I know that doesn't show that he loves.
That doesn't take
That
away
doesn't-
from him being
from
a
that.
father.
and that was something
yeah.
I had to learn how to accept.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, because something that's important to you might not be. I'm not saying that it's not important to him, but there's other ways that he shows his
Yes.
love. There's other
Yes.
ways you show your
Yes.
love, and yeah.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, I feel like it took me like honestly like stepping back and like just like not talking to him for like 2 or 3 weeks, like just because we were having a lot of disagreements and realizing like, okay, you're this person, I'm this person, we love different, we obviously like, you know, everything. So I feel like now that I'm good, we're all good, because it just goes with the flow. Because I feel like the mom is the main parent of the co-parenting relationship to be good or not good.
Yeah.
You think so? That's crazy.
I think so.
That's
what I was saying. Like, I feel like it's hard, like, to co-parent if the mom isn't in like agreement with something,
for
because
sure.
I feel like that's what I was trying to say. Like, I don't feel like the dad doesn't matter. Of course the dad matters, but I don't know why. I just feel like the mom is like
so I feel like
what is the word? Like, I don't know.
So it's not like, oh, the mom, like if everything's good with the mom. No, I don't think that like, oh, the mom's opinion's only the one that matters. No. But I feel like if the mom is healed completely and like is okay with him making his own life and everything,
it makes it easier.
It makes it easier, but also that the dad is actually a dad.
Oh, okay.
You get it?
Yeah.
And see, that's the problem.
Like, he's a good father.
Yes. And that was the problem with me. Like, you know, I didn't see that he was being a good father because I expected different. And that's one thing that I had to learn. I need to stop expecting from people.
Like what you think.
What I think.
Yeah.
Yes. So, I mean, I feel like, I don't know.
I don't feel like only the mom's opinion matters. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm saying, like, I feel like the mom's just, like, when the mom is not happy, like, you know, shit goes AWOL.
Yes.
Like, and then it's like a whole thing. And I feel like the dads are more calm. They're more,
they're like,
just because men are men.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're more
feelings.
Calm.
Yeah.
They're more like, okay, well, what are you mad about now?
It's because women, like, we make decisions based on emotions, and like men can leave the emotion aside and like
yes.
And for us it's like
literally that one's it.
And for us it's like we let our emotions get the best of us. And
exactly.
And to me it was more like not because it was more feelings about how to parent.
Okay, yeah.
Because you were kind of used to like being kind of in control.
Yes.
Okay.
But
see, I would have that problem because I'm the same way.
Yeah, that's not a bad thing.
I'm like
that's like a lot
way.
of women, and then I feel like that's a lot of women.
Yeah.
Just like, even example, like if we want to clean a room and then we're like, oh my God, like you're mad because your husband's not helping you clean the room, but then when they go clean it, you're like, you didn't do it right. Exactly. I gotta do it. Yes. Like that's how women are.
Yeah, I did want to touch really quick before we go on a break how you said about, oh my God, dude, my mind just went blank. But you said something about the relationship. Oh, bringing past problems from a previous relationship into a new one, because I realized I did that with Henry, like that I was doing that with my husband now. Because in the past, like I would get cheated on, right? Like I didn't get cheated on by one relationship. Like I got cheated on multiple times in relationships. And I'm really good with Henry. And when I see myself being like really good and more like in love with him, like I kind of cause a problem because I'm like, oh, I can't get that. Like,
because there's like, no, because you're so used to
it happening.
Yeah.
And I think that I'm
like being defensive.
Yes. So, and I told him the other day, I was like, I realized like that I do pick at problems that aren't problems. I was like, when we're really good, because I think like, I'd rather be like así. I was like, that way, like if it happens.
Because you don't know
like,
how to receive love.
Literally. Like, I was like, because if it happens, I'm like, okay, well, I already fucking knew it was going to happen. I was like, instead of being like.
Because you like control and you don't know how to receive love.
Literally.
And you are already in your head and don't.
Yeah. And I told him, I was like, but I feel like because I realized that, I was like it has helped me.
Yes.
Like so much. Like we literally like, we don't fight, dude. Like, because it was me. Like that. Like, that was the problem. But let's go on a really quick break.
So we're back from a very long break. We took a long break. So we're gonna kind of finish it off. I had like 2 questions for you. Okay. The first one would be like, what would you tell women going through obviously they probably wouldn't go through the same exact thing, but what would you tell them from your experience?
Don't take nothing personal, like at all, because life does go on. Like you might be going through something rough and everything, but life still keeps going on for everybody else. Like even for yourself, like you still have to pay bills, you still have to feed the kids. Like life literally goes on, and stop expecting so much from people when just because you would have done like been there for them differently and all that. I
Yeah.
feel like that was
That's
a big
That's hard for me
lesson
too.
learned for me.
Yeah.
Was like, just because I would have done it and done things differently for a friend or something or a family member, I was like, I can't expect the same because we're all different people.
We're
And
all
I
different.
like get this like thing, like somebody said, well, I need a Yasmine in my life because I was going to go pick up my best friend's baby.
Yeah.
Just because like she's working and all that. And some girl, she said that the girl said, well, I need a Yasmine in my life. And I was like, yeah, it's hard like to find people that just do things out of kindness,
out of
love
being able to love that person that much. Yeah.
So I'm like, yes, like stop expecting so much from people.
Yeah.
I feel like that's something
That's a
I need to
hard
learn too.
It's a hard one, but it's the truth. Like
Yeah,
life
it
goes
is
on.
From like everybody in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
For sure. That is I like get very emotionally attached to my relationships, like friendships, any type of relationship in my life. I get really emotionally attached, so I get more emotional about it.
Rate
like,
attachment styles.
I know. Oh, rate attachment styles.
Yeah,
What's
like
that?
attached.
Read it.
Attached. It's called Attached. It's a book.
Oh,
It's
okay.
called, but it's called attachment styles.
No, it's just called Attached.
Attached by who?
I don't know by who, but it's called Attached. I'll send you a thing.
Okay.
I'm not good with like books like Arthur's because I read so much.
Yeah.
So I don't have like a favorite.
So have you finished all the Colleen books? The Colleen.
I finished a lot, and honestly, because I'm more of a like self-help books. So getting
weren't good about
invested into Arthur's.
Yeah.
And like
What was your favorite one out of hers?
Verity.
Verity?
Oh no. Ugly Love.
Ugly Love.
Yes.
I've never heard of that one. I've only seen like that one that went viral
So,
on TikTok. and
Ugly
stuff.
Love hit home. For me.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. Ugly
Was
Love.
Verity the second one?
Yes.
Okay. Because I hear a lot about that one.
Oh, she's psycho. Yeah, that was a good one. I love all her books. They're really good. Of course, like It Starts With Us, like at the end. Or It Ends.
It ends with us.
The end. Like that one was like all like breaking generation curses. Like
Oh
I
my
was like,
god,
that was like
I have that one
like
on my
choosing my
nightstand.
kids over like my
Let me
marriage.
take it
Like
home.
Yeah, I have it on my nightstand and I haven't started reading
really?
it.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
I
read
have it there because I'm like, I'm gonna read it at night, like when my Len's asleep and like Henry's like, like just my
then
lamp
you
on,
just
and
go to
then I'm
sleep.
like, I'm watching TikToks, but I need to get better.
No, read it. And if you don't like reading, listen to podcasts.
No, but I do like
I mean,
reading,
to
like
audiobooks.
Yeah, like I used to be a reader, like all growing up. Like,
See, I wasn't.
yeah, I was always a reader, but I don't know. I just feel like I have to make time for it.
Yes.
Like it gets harder as we get older to like
read.
sit
for
down
sure.
and read a
Yes.
book.
It's crazy.
But why is
That's
it easy
good.
for me to turn on Netflix? Like, I don't know.
See, I'm not big on TV.
I am.
I'm not.
I'm big on shows.
I'm not.
I'm big on
Yeah,
shows.
and
too.
that's good. I wish I wasn't because it takes up so much time.
Yes, like I would like I really had to like get into the first episode to get into the shows. If not, like I get like sometimes I watch TV and it's more like guilty pleasure, like Gilmore Girls,
Oh, yeah.
Crazy
I love
Academy,
Gilmore
and,
Girls.
like Yellowstone, like little things like that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll watch, but I'm not like let me
Waiting
turn
for
on
the next
TV.
episode or
Yeah.
anything like that. Yeah, I wish I was
That's
like
good.
that. Yeah,
That's a good habit. That's what I'm trying to do for this year, like read more books and stuff like that. My best friend wanted to start a book club,
Oh yes,
and she literally finished the book in like 5 days. I'm like, bro.
oh that's good.
Yeah, but she's a reader too, and I'm like, how you gonna? And it's like, I think it's like 4 of us or something, and one of our
Give me
other
her contact
one
so
of
we could just start. A book
one of
club.
my our other friends was like, bro, you're about to be in your own book club yourself because you done surpassed us. Like, we have life, we can't just. And it's because she works like kind of at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Or I don't know what you would consider it, but she was off Monday and Tuesday, and she had nothing to do, and she's like, I already cleaned the house, like I had nothing to do, so I just read, and I just kept reading. And
Well,
reading
that's how
and
I
reading
am
and
with books.
reading.
Like I read them in like 48 hours sometimes.
Like, you can't put it down.
Especially the calling books. I read them within
Yeah.
I read 2 books one time within
but like
24
but
hours.
my thing is like how, like with the kids and stuff, like how.
Oh, well, when like, so my thing mainly is like when they go with their dad.
Oh, okay. See,
That's like my me time.
Yeah.
And like, sometimes
Okay.
I do go out and like all that, but sometimes my guilty time and my time is reading.
is reading.
that's
Yes.
awesome.
Yeah.
Because I was like, us in the club, we're like, dude, how? Like, we're literally working our 8 to 5. After our 8 to 5, we have, we have kids. We have to attend to them.
Yes.
And then my goal this year is like go to the gym at least 4 times a week. So I'm trying to make it 3 times during the week and then 1 time Saturday.
Yes.
So I was like, I have to go to the gym on certain days because some days I have to help my mother-in-law out, and then another day like there's church. So there's only 3 other days out of the 5 that I have to make it to the gym. So it was really hard for me to get that reading time in, and I'm like, how do you do it? She's like,
but
well,
I feel like just so because you like don't put yourself first ever.
Yeah,
no,
like
I
you
know.
don't ever.
I know.
Yeah, and you don't ever like put your needs like you don't ever make your needs important enough. Yeah. Like you make everybody like you.
Oh yeah,
everybody else is a priority.
And that's why I like how Evelyn said on this so much more. Like I feel like a big one for me is putting me first.
Yeah.
But a big one for me is going to the gym 4 times a week.
Yeah.
And that one's hard because it's like, okay, dude, well, after I go work out, like, I'm tired, dude. I'm going to sleep.
But you could make it, like, to where you go work out and, like, the 10, 15 minutes that you're on the treadmill at the end, like, you could be reading your book.
How do people do that? I tried. I can't.
I can't, dude.
I can't.
I'll watch something on my phone, too. Like,
I can watch something. That's not hard.
Same thing.
Reading? No, it's not.
Make it talk it to you, the audiobooks.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do that. But, like, reading, no. Because I don't even, honestly, if I do put something on my phone, I don't watch it. I just hear it.
I watch it.
I can't like watch it, especially if I'm focused. Like on incline, I'm like trying to hold on and stuff, like going out of breath.
I know. I was doing the Stairmasters, watching the Kardashians, and I was like, just think of Kim's body. Like think of how skinny she is.
This is what you need.
This is what you're doing it for.
I can't do that. I saw somebody posted it the other day. They had a book, and I was like, first of all, how do you keep the pages open? Because I feel like it would keep closing on me.
Literally, I could never.
How?
But then again, like I have a hard one about getting myself to the gym too. So.
And then my friend too, who read the book in 2 days.
I was gonna ask you, how do you stay like so in shape? Like, do you eat healthy, or you're just like
blessed? It's from God.
Or you're just blessed. Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I do make time like to go to the gym just to maintain and like healthy wise. But I finally got a Peloton because I used to always make excuses. Okay. So I finally got one this last week, and I was like, I've been on it. But usually, like during practice, my kids' practice, I'll like literally run or
walk.
That's or. Okay. Even that, but now I'm starting like trying to get back to the gym. That is my goal this year, but I'm big on like balance. I don't care how my body is. Like it's more about like me mentally.
Like how it makes you feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot what I was gonna say. I was just saying about a book, but I forgot.
I was telling Henry the other day, I was like, I feel like if I didn't have my double chin, like I wouldn't stress so much about like working out. Was it? I told you too, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna go get it done, so I'm not like so hard on myself. Cause like even when I was like skinny, like when I was like 15 pounds lighter, like I still had my double chin, and in my mind I was like,
because it's just natural.
Yeah, like in my mind I was just like, I'm not skinny. Like I'm not like I've done no progress.
Yeah.
Like
I don't feel like I want to
really
be
like
skinny,
that.
but I do. A big thing is like being healthy because like diabetes does really run in my family really big time, and like heart issues. So if like I don't get it together and I keep gaining weight, like sister, I'm gonna be in the hospital. Like I need to take care of my health. Really,
me it's more just maintaining. So when I do go to the gym, I'm not hard. Like I wish I was like honestly, like I wish I was the girl that was like, oh, I want like flat stomach, big butt, all that, and like you know, but. One day.
You're like, I'll slowly get there.
So, that's what I was gonna say. My friend that read the book in like 2-3 days, like her goal this year was to go to the gym 3 times a week, and I was like, okay, obviously you have too much time on your hands. Like you're reading this book like nothing. Go to the gym.
But the books are more important than gym.
I was like, go work out. That was a goal for you this week. She's like, another day, and I'm like,
see, and that's how I am. Like, but I became friends with this girl that her son and our kids like play together, like football, whatever. So she's like, okay, I'm going to go like at 4 a.m. in the morning, 4:30, meet you there. That's what pushes me to go to the gym.
Okay.
Like having,
like I feel like when we were able to both work out in the morning, like I was skinny, like not skinny, but I was like in the best shape I had been since I started my fitness journey. And it was because we would go together. And then like, once Robbie started school in August,
it's hard for me.
That's kind of like because she wasn't able to go in the morning anymore, and I don't like going like in the afternoons. So it just made it like I was like, whatever, like I'm not gonna go, and I just slowly stopped going. And now my husband wants to start going like to the gym, so we went last week for the first time, and he can only go in the evening. So like I have to go in the afternoons.
Yes,
now. Like I have to go in the evenings.
I'm not an evening person because I'm very dedicated, like to sleeping with the baby.
Okay, yeah.
But that's it. But I also like I have like the band, so sometimes I'll like do it like
at home or something.
Yeah, like, when I have a breakthrough.
Yeah,
work,
I just feel like I don't get a good workout when I work out at home.
Yeah,
for me, like I don't push
is like,
myself.
Mommy, what are you doing? What are you doing? And like the boys always do push-ups. So
Oh,
when I was
yeah.
doing like the plank or like trying to like, you know, work
The side twist.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
side twist. He's like, no, Mommy, you're not doing the push-up right. I was like, little toddler, like, shut up. He's like this.
He was like giving you. He was coaching you.
Yeah, and I was
That's
like,
so
man,
funny.
like, leave me alone.
My husband just got recently into working out too. So for Christmas, I got him like a whole like set. Like it has a bench, the pull up thing, like the where you can pick yourself up and like do abs. And like I think his sister and cousin gave him weights. So now he has like a whole set in the backyard.
That's my kids asked for workout equipment for Christmas.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
So like they got like the boxing thing, and then I got him like little weights or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think I'm gonna get him like the bench press because maybe we could all just work out together.
Yeah.
Because my oldest, when it's just me and him, like we'll go to the gym together. Like I'll take him to Planet Fitness and all that, and we'll make a date out of it, like go to Chipotle or something. So yeah, but yeah, he's into filling himself too much. He's a jock.
He's gonna be a heartbreaker when he gets older.
Yeah. So I mean,
You're like, don't tell me.
Don't tell me.
so I know you said you were going through healing and stuff like that, like bringing it. You don't want to bring on your past trauma into a new relationship. Not saying that she's looking for somebody, guys, but what would you do different going into a new relationship? Or you haven't really thought about that?
Haven't thought about that too much. Honestly, stop expecting so much from a person. See what they have to show you.
Okay.
Do you feel like it'll be 10 times harder now?
Dating?
Yeah.
No.
No?
No.
You don't think so?
No.
That's good. I feel like other women I've known that
I'm very,
were
like,
out of a
open.
long relationship. It
I'm
was harder.
very like open and very like if I care and I start dating you, like I genuinely care about you and love you, and I'm a like giving, loving person. So no, but I feel like I had to heal a lot before that. So I mean, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't.
Do you feel like therapy also helped with that?
Yes. My daddy issues. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. Every girl has daddy issues. I'm sure.
Yes.
I do. But that's good.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be hard.
I really
think,
like how your perspective it's like very positive. But like you said, therapy has helped you a
like
lot.
it's changed differently. Yeah.
Do you love your therapist?
Yes,
Absolutely.
absolutely. The best things ever happened to me.
You've only had the one?
Yes, I did her, and then I have another one that like process like yourself, like actually process because your body stores trauma. So processing. So
Really?
that's why when you're like, we're gonna cry, and I was like, I probably won't cry because I literally had to be anxiety or everything. Like before, I used to cry with TV or like movies and all that. Like, okay, so the Avatar when the kid.
Oh my gosh.
Did you cry?
I cried.
Okay, I didn't cry.
I cried.
And the reason is because I feel like before I used to cry a lot with TV shows and all that. And I feel like because now like I've processed a lot of tears and trauma from my body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever read the book
that
on
makes
The
sense.
Body's Keep Score?
No.
Okay, read it. Or listen to it because it's long.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
The body keeps score.
Yes.
We're gonna leave all the books that she's
I
mentioned.
know, we're gonna
like
put
in
them all
the
at the
little
bottom.
on there.
Oh, shit,
if
it's
y'all
fine.
wanna read on there.
But
yeah.
thank you for coming on our podcast.
Of
We really
course.
loved you. We're so excited.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
for having
appreciate
us.
it. Thank you so much
Drop.
for coming. And thankfully, we didn't have any technical difficulties this time.
Don't
so
jinx us.
hopefully,
Just kidding.
yeah.
In Jesus' name.
But yes, thank you so much for coming. I can't wait to edit the video and everything. And yeah, I know I saw.
Oh, okay.
But hope you guys have a great day. Have a great weekend.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye,
Thank
Chicas.
you.
Thank you.
Oh, also don't forget to subscribe because we're one subscriber away from 150.
For real? I
Yeah.
didn't see
Yay! Subscribe.